Man, it smells good. It's the Folgers 1850 Black Gold. My son gave this to me for my birthday. He knows how much I love coffee. He and my daughter-in-law, they kind of spoiled me a little bit with a new flavor, and I absolutely love it. Okay, so enough about my coffee. Well, first I'm going to get a sip, get my day going, right? Mm. Oh, boy, that is good. Okay, so I want to start out by saying Happy Mother's Day to all of the moms out there. Tomorrow is your special day, a day to celebrate all that you do. And boy, one day is not enough, but enjoy the day that you have with your family. And I hope it's a good one. Hope it's a good one. So, um, along those lines, I thought I'd share with you the Mother's Day gift that I got for my mom. And so I'm going to be doing an unboxing. So obviously these aren't shoes that I'm going to run in because they're a women's shoe and they're small. My mom is a petite person. And to give you just a little bit of background on her, so she's in her mid 80s and she's still active. She's still active, so likes to do things. But when I think back on over the years, I've never seen my mom in anything but a pair of very basic shoes. They're these white canvas shoes that have basically no midsole, no arch support. They're just a very simple shoe. And she is a very frugal person. And so for her to spend a little bit of money to get a high-end pair of shoes just would never happen. So she would never spend the money on herself. And I'm not going to tell her how much these cost. I'll share it with you, but if I do, I might end up getting a lecture from my mom about maybe having more dollars than cents because I know that she would never justify, spending any more than she does on the shoes that she typically wears. So the shoes I'm talking about today, and I'm going to unbox them. So this isn't a pair of shoes that I'm going to be running in or walking in because they are a gift from my mom for Mother's Day. So they're women's shoes and they're her size. But I thought it would be fun just to unbox it and share my first impressions, as I take them out of the box and the kinds of things that I'm hoping that my mom will get out of them. So now these are from Skechers and they're the slip-ins. So, the first time that I'd seen this kind of concept was with, I think, Kiziks, I think, were the first shoes that I'd seen kind of hit the market a few years ago, where you just can step into them and step in and go, right? Now they have a ton of them now. Skechers has a bunch of different models of these shoes. These ones are the Max Cushion Elite 2.0 Prevail shoes. So that is a lot. And they do retail for 115 US dollars. So from my perspective, when I buy running shoes, an average daily trainer is going to cost you 120 plus, right? So these are, right in the ballpark. So I think that they're, in terms of the dollar or the price tag, I think that they're right there in the market. I don't think that they're overpriced for a quality pair of shoes. My mom might disagree, but I think that I think they're priced right. I think they're priced right. Okay, so let's open these up and see what all you get. Now, the tags are still on these. The only thing I did do was to take out these inserts to spare you guys that on an unboxing video. But the tags are on these or on one of the shoes because again these are a gift. So I didn't take the tags off in case I need to return them for some reason. Maybe I didn't get the right size. Okay, so speaking of size, these are a women's 5.5, and that's US sizes. And let's start out. We'll weigh them. See how much they weigh. I have no idea what these are going to come in at. Okay, so on my scales, 7.4 ounces. So, in terms of a walking shoe, I think that's pretty decent. But again, these are a pretty small shoe. They're a 5.5. So I wouldn't say that they're ultra lightweight. I'm used to shoes for US men's size 9 that come in at that weight. So, but I think as a walking shoe, with what appears to be a ton of midsole foam here to keep it comfortable, 7.4 ounces is probably not that bad. Oh, you know what? Let's put it in grams for those of you that prefer your weight in grams. I do not forget about you guys. Okay, so let's put these on the scales once again. 209 grams. 209 grams. So for those of you that like your weight in grams, there we have it. All right. So my first impression. Um, they seem like a really high quality, well built shoe. The upper, so let's start with that. Now, these are not going to be what I would call highly breathable. They're a softer, feels like some type of a knit uh, upper material. It's comfortable and it seems to be somewhat padded. So, these are all about comfort. I can tell that right off the bat. They're going to be about, being able to wear these for a long period of time and be comfortable in them. So I think they did a good job here. We're using the materials that they did use. And I'm going to wait and talk about the heel here more in a minute, but they have lots of padding around the heel collar of the shoe. And it creates a nice, what appears to be pocket for your heel to set in. And I think that's going to be important for a slip-on shoe that is intended to give you the same type of fit as a standard shoe, right? So in terms of being snug down or having a lockdown style feeling to them. But we're going to take a closer look at that in a minute because that's really the star of the show, I think, is this heel design. Lace enclosure system. Now, this is really interesting. It's just a standard lace enclosure system, but what I find interesting is that this is a slip-in shoe, right? And most slip-in shoes do not have laces, at least in my experience. Slip-in shoes typically, kind of defeats the purpose, right? Because the shoes typically are going to be a looser fit because you're slipping into them and you're not snugging them down or tying them down. So the fact that they have a lacing system here, I think is a good thing because I think that the technology that they've employed with the heel for the step-in design still enables you to be able to get a customized fit using a lace system. So that's going to be something I'm really interested in. And when my mom puts these on tomorrow, how that exactly is going to work. Now, the way I envision it is once she gets them in, then she can adjust the laces to her fit. And I'll be curious to know how well or easy these slip on after she adjusts the laces, if you follow me. Because I'm just curious about how snugged in she's going to be able to get in these. So some of this I'm going to just rely on my mom tomorrow, and I'll bring in an update, or I'll put it in the comment section, or somehow I will let you know what she thinks of them, because that's really the nuts and bolts of it, is for the user's experience. Now the tongue is gusseted, so there's material that sews the tongue in on both sides. I think it has to be because these are slip-in shoe, and if the tongue wasn't gusseted, I think you would have problems when you try to slip these on, because I think that tongue would get in the way and fold up. But the fact that they have it gusseted, they've taken care of any potential issues that way. It is a fairly well padded tongue, so again, I think that just adds to the comfort. A lot of well, you know what, I was going to say a lot of the padding rests at the top, but that's simply not true. It's pretty well padded tongue all the way down as far as I can tell, and I'll take a closer look at that as well. So I think that the upper is pretty nice. Again, standard lace enclosure system, standard laces, nothing necessarily special about those. Don't know that there needs to be. But take a look at this midsole. Holy moly. I mean, this is a big stack of foam. Now, I tried to find specific or get more detailed information about the stack height and exactly what kind of foam that they used, and that was to really, no avail. They didn't have anything listed. Skechers doesn't have anything listed on their website specifically for the stack height, but I would have to guess in looking at this, because now some of the foam kind of rides up, and I think that just helps to give you a nice, comfortable feel when you set into these. You're going to give it a little bit more stability because that foam comes up a little bit higher because your heel actually sets down to right about there. But I'm still going to say that these are in the high 30s in terms of millimeters. So lots and lots of foam underfoot to keep it comfortable. It does feel like there's a nice solid arch support in these. So I think she's going to really enjoy that. That's not something that she's been accustomed to having. And then I'm going to say, I'm just guessing. Again, I'm just kind of guessing a little bit on the stack height. So, but it looks to be probably right around 8mm offset. So I'm going to say maybe 38 and 30. Don't hold me to that, but I think that's probably what it is. So I think she's going to really enjoy that. I hope. I hope she does. Okay, so, and then I'll flip these over. They do have a nice outsole with some anti-slip type of outsole rubber material on them as well, so keep her safe and upright on her feet, which is really important. Really important, really important. So here's the star of the show, the heel, right? So this is the design where the idea is that you just step in to these. You don't have to bend over to tie them once I think you get the laces set for you, which is a huge advantage. My mom is in her mid 80s, right? And so some of the things that she used to be able to do, she simply can't do, or it's a bit more difficult for her. So I think she's really looking forward. I did talk to her about this ahead of time. I didn't tell her that I was buying these necessarily, but I was talking to her a lot about her footwear. So she probably got an idea this is what she's getting. And my mom is so kind. She's going to love them no matter what. So I'm going to have to really kind of pull out her honest opinion, because in reality, my mom is just such a sweetheart that I could probably give her a box of rocks for Mother's Day, and she would just gush over the fact that I gave her a box of rocks, and she'd probably tell me how great that box is, and she could use them for, you know, proper door open or as paperweights or something, because she's just so sweet. So I'm going to do my best to get her honest opinion, and not based on a gift from her baby boy, right? So, but I think she will, because I want to make sure that I get the right size and these are comfortable. So it'll be prefaced with the idea that give me your honest opinion so that we can get the right shoe for you. So it's okay. You're not going to hurt my feelings, kind of a thing. So anyway, so let's test this heel out. So the idea is that you're going to be able to step in, this heel is going to fold down, and it'll pop up on your back. Now this this heel is far more stiff than I thought that. I mean, check this out. I mean, I can't barely get this in here. Now, obviously, it's going to be different when you use your heel and you got your body weight and so on pushing that down. So I'm hoping that these work as intended. I think that they will. I think that they will. But I'm going to be really curious. But that takes a significant amount, and it kind of, you can see it kind of just wants to fold around different ways when I'm trying to push on it. So I'm really excited to see how these work for her. The one thing that I do like about this is that because there's a lot of strength back here, that once it pops up, it's going to hold her in place. It's going to hold her in place. So she's not going to have to worry that these are just going to flop off of her feet or something, right, and cause some problems. So I think Skechers is onto something. You know, again, I think this is a design that they kind of got an idea from Kizik's, and you know, but I'm not familiar with that shoe brand. I don't own a pair myself, but I'll be really interested to see what my mom thinks. And I'll be curious what you guys think. If you have a pair of slip-ins of some sort, whether it's the Skechers brand or another brand, if you guys want to share your experience in those shoes in the comment section below to help us out, that would be fantastic. And I'm excited. This is my mom's Mother's Day gift for this year, and hopefully she'll enjoy a little extra comfort on her feet. She definitely deserves to have a bit more comfort. All right, you guys. Thanks for making it to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it for you. As always, run tall, run strong, be kind to one another. Thanks for watching, and enjoy your Mother's Day. Oh man, got some things to do. I'm going to go over and have brunch with her tomorrow. I'm excited about that. So I'm going to make a quiche, take that over along with some fruit and that kind of stuff. So really really looking forward to enjoying a little bit of extra time with my mom on Mother's Day. So you guys take care. We'll see you soon.